YouTube, it is a pretty nice day out today, so I thought I would go down the street to the park that's by my house. I thought I would make a new embarrassing fanfiction video for you, so yay! Got my laptop here, and yeah, do you also like my sticker? It says Oi. It's from Hillel. The embarrassing fanfiction I'm going to be reading from today is called The Story of Harry and Ginny's Love Life. I wrote this in January of 2008, and this is chapter 2. And conveniently, I put a previously on for the beginning of the chapter. Chapter 2, first date. Previously, she stared at him and muttered, "I'm so sorry." Ginny ran from the circle to her bed in the girls' dorms rooms and started crying. Harry was confused and went after her. They were playing Truth or Dare, as a refresher. "Mate, where are you going?" Ron asked dumbly as if he just joined the game. "To see what's wrong with her," Harry responded dully. He continued walking and found her bed. He walked there to see... ... cliffhanger. He walked there to see Ginny sitting on her bed crying. He ran to her and comforted her. They just sat there for a while and rocked back and forth, Harry holding Ginny affectionately. Ginny looked into Harry's eyes and said, "Thanks so much for coming here to comfort me. It was really sweet." They started moving closer to each other and kissed. Ginny felt Harry's lips move softly against her, taking in the taste. Harry felt Ginny move a little bit in his grasp as she was sitting up straight. Her arms instantly looped around his neck and his around his waist. They were in a tight embrace. I feel like this is an awkward chapter to be reading in a public park because it's like a makeout scene. So that's a little bit weird. Let's keep reading. "Well, look to where the two lovebirds went off to," Hermione said, barging in on the beautiful moment. "What do you want, Hermione? As you can tell, we are kind of busy here," Ginny said, scowling. "Oh, nothing. Just seeing what you two were doing because I noticed after you ran off, Ginny. Ron started to think when Harry went off after you that you two were going to do something you were gonna regret," Hermione said, as if she had it memorized. "Well, we're not doing anything," Harry responded. "Really? Because I just saw you two making out. Was that all you two were going to do?" "I don't think so," Hermione responded. Harry walked up to her, said a few words, and slammed the door in her face. Harry sat back down next to Ginny and said, "Ginevra Weasley, will you go out with me to Hogsmeade tomorrow?" Ginny blushed at Harry saying her full name. She responded, "Sure, I'd love to, Harry James Potter." Now Harry blushed and kissed her again. They walked back to the game hand in hand. It was Ginny's turn, so she said, "Hermione, truth or dare?" Hermione replied instantly by saying truth. "Aw, is little Miss Smarty Pants scared?" Ginny said. "I'm sticking with truth," Hermione shouted. "Okay, fine. So Hermione, this is a two-part question. Firstly, are you in love with Ron?" Ginny questioned, knowing what the answer would be. "Yes," Hermione whispered in response. "And do you want to kiss him really bad?" Ginny said, once again knowing what the answer would be. "Yes," Hermione shouted. She grabbed Ron and kissed him passionately. Oh, God. At first he was stunned, but then he melted into a kiss, grabbing Hermione and pulling her closer. "Ew!" one person shouted. "That's just plain disgusting," another said. Ginny tapped them on the shoulders, but they didn't notice. She shrugged her shoulders and left them alone. Everyone else went to bed. "Meet me tomorrow in front of Ollivander's wand shops. We can go somewhere," Harry said to Ginny. She nodded and headed off to sleep. Hermione and Ron were still making out. They pulled away for air and Hermione said, "Ron, I love you and I think you are the hottest guy ever." Ron responded by kissing her deeply, yet passionately for his response, which meant, "I love you too." How does she know that? That could just be him avoiding the question completely. They stood there kissing for a long time, and then Ron whispered something about Hogsmeade and Hermione squealed. They both kissed for the last time and went off to bed. At Hogsmeade, Ginny met Harry in front of Ollivander's and they clasped hands and walked through Hogsmeade, smiling as they went. They passed many places to eat, but Harry had a special place in mind. They walked until arriving at Fred and George Weasley's joke shop. This place had a special room where special people were allowed to go. They walked in, waved to Fred and George, and disappeared inside the room. "Ginny, I have to tell you something. I have been in love with you ever since I first saw you when I met Ron. You are a beautiful girl, and no one in the world compares to you and your beauty," Harry said. So, I'm thinking my 12-year-old self wanted a boy to say this to me, so that's why I wrote this, because a lot of times when I wrote my fan fictions, I'm like, this is what I hope a boy will say to me because I was 12 and stupid. "Oh, Harry, I love you too. You are the hottest guy ever, and I love your hair and your eyes," and Ginny was cut off by Harry kissing her. They sat there kissing for a few minutes and then left. They walked hand in hand back with the rest of the Hogwarts students to school. Then they went back to their rooms to sleep. And that's the end of that freaking chapter. Which, again, of course, is filled with people making out with each other because that is apparently all my 12-year-old self knew how to, write about, because apparently that's what my 12-year-old brain really wanted. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch my latest video here, subscribe here, follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram here, and in the description, DFTBA, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!